In the final days she was in the hospital, she said to me, "Come over here, I have a present for you." And she pulls out nothing. And she puts it in my face and she says, "These are my brass balls. You're gonna need them." My mom's journey was super unique. She went to college at 16. She became a PhD bioengineer and then decided that she wanted to go back and get her MD, which wasn't done by women in the 70s and 80s. She was chief of rehab at this huge hospital in New Jersey. And these patients would come to her, primarily women after breast cancer surgery, that would have swollen arms, something called lymphedema. And it was a really debilitating challenge that they would have to navigate. She realized that there was really no medicine that she could prescribe or surgery that she could do. And in fact, this idea of compression outside the body to help move stuff inside the body would work really well and made a lot of sense. She tried out all these products that had been on the market for 20, 30, 40 years earlier and didn't get very good results. So she said, let's make a better mousetrap. When we got started, it was very slow going. I remember the days, the months where if we moved 10 machines, 10 pumps in a month, that was a good month for us. In college, I would spend an hour or 2 hours a day debriefing on her day, and she would use me as a sounding board, whether it was investors or manufacturing or FDA or HR, I mean, the million things that go into a business on a regular basis. I remember she said, "All right, kiddo, what do you want to do after college?" And I said, "I think there's an application in sports. What do I do?" She goes, "Well, here are 2 machines, $5,000, sink or swim." And probably not knowing any better at that age that I shouldn't walk up to the Boston Celtics and knock on their door and say, "Hey, I got this pump here. Do you want to try it for athletes for the challenges that they're navigating?" There was always one step at a time. It wasn't focused on the growth of the company as it pertained to sales. It was really focused on growth as it pertained to how many people can we touch with our technology to enhance their life, to better their existence. And that for us was a piece that we would always really come back to. My mom's DNA is in every product. It's really cool. One of the things that we did is actually inside in the plastic, you can't see it unless you open up the whole device, but we actually molded her signature and she had a very cool, distinct signature. Something that I think she would absolutely tell everyone who was starting out a business. Stick to your gut and have a higher purpose, higher mission, and never give up. When she got sick and passed away, it was about 3 months from the diagnosis to her passing. She said, "I had 2 presents. One was the brass balls, and I still keep them around here somewhere. But the other piece was really, this is your company now. If you want to continue the mission, awesome. You want to pack it up and go to Tahiti and work on the beach serving Mai Tais? Knock yourself out." And I think that for me took a lot of the pressure off, not having to live the life that she wanted to continue to live, but she wasn't able to physically. Those 2 things I always come back to and plays a role in my daily thinking for sure. It spread to her lungs, so that was the primary thing, and she could barely breathe and she was on oxygen. "These are my brass balls. You're gonna need them." I just burst out crying and laughing and hugging at the same time. It was everything that you wanted in that moment. It was right there. It was awesome. It was awesome. She was killer. She was killer.